Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome back to another video by yours truly. My Twitch chat knows I was going to make this video because I told them I'd do it next, but I just wanted to take some time and explain how I'm feeling about the latest event, the Aetherium Wars, which is pretty much Honkai Star Rail's version of Pokemon, right? I have been having a blast with this event. I truly think it's the most enjoyable event that they've released thus far, apart from Swarm Disaster. And getting off topic just a little bit, I freaking loved Swarm Disaster. I told you I was addicted to it for the longest, but now I'm at the point where I enjoy playing it, but I don't want to spend 2 hours in a single run. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it needs to be a little bit less time consuming. I still love it. I still think it's incredible, and it's one of the most ingenious things they've done, but it's so time consuming, man. It really is. So apart from Swarm Disaster, I am loving Aetherium Wars. There is just something about being able to utilize the enemies you've been battling against, especially the annoying ones like Dunn. Like, Dunn's the most annoying douchebag to go against, especially in the Swarm Disaster. Bro just sits there, puts his shield up, summons his lackeys, full counter. You know what I mean? And being able to use him as the opposer, like I'm now using him in full counter and everybody else. There's just something about that is just incredibly gratifying. I also like their build system. It's not overly complex, but complex enough to have to utilize your thinking cap. Case in point, I was running a build on the wolf, who somebody in chat thought was trash, but then I was like battering his energy recharge up to where I was summoning 2 different wolves, and then I had the cannoneer put the cannoneer buff on the wolf, and every time all 3 wolves would attack, the cannoneer followed up with the attack. So little cool things like that. You get creative with a little theory crafting. That's one of my most enjoyable, that's one of my most joyful aspects of turn-based gaming. And chat was, of course, backseat gaming and saying, yeah, that strategy sucks. You got to put it on the Automaton so the Automaton can summon the 2 blowfishes, and then the Cannoneer is going to follow up with the blow. I was like, listen, bro, let me do my own thing, chat. Nevertheless, though, it's really cool. It's theory crafting like that makes you enjoy a turn-based gaming. You put the thinking cap on, you put these build pieces on them, so on and so forth. Now, I do want to also give flowers to the development team because they used a pre-existing IP and or coding to deliver us a completely different in-game format. And I think that's genius and the absolute epitome of being resourceful. These enemies already exist in the game, the coding's already in the game, but we're going to transform this into Pokemon. And yeah, now we got another in-game format for our players to experience. Holy shit, that is so ingenious. So bravo to them. I thought that was really freaking cool. And I'm excited to see where they go from here. I think this is yet again another foundation, just like Simulated Universe. I spoke to you guys about that. Simulated Universe had an ingenious foundation to me, and I said they can build off of this and make more cool things off of it. There's so many avenues they can go down, TFT, yada, 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 and they ended up delivering the Swarm Disaster instead, which I thought was amazing. Well, with the Aetherium Wars, I think they just laid that foundation again. I think they've just been planting seeds in the soil, and they're just blossoming into these little flowers, and they keep watering them, bro. We got a banger game on our hands with actually good content in the end game. So with Aetherium Wars, I'm excited to see where they're going to go with it. I personally think if they're doing this Pokemon influence, and it's also, by the way, it's clear as day that they're paying respect to Pokemon with the little Easter eggs, like exclamation point pops up on somebody's head and then you go into battle with them. The Joker guy who looks like Team Rocket's boss, which, by the way, I'm ashamed to admit that I didn't even know that was a Easter egg for Team Rocket's boss because it's been so damn long, I forgot what their boss looked like. I'm waffling at Waffle House, ain't I? I know. I'm dining in real quick, guys. Let me dine in. Getting back to it, I would like to see some type of implementation for us to farm shiny versions of the elite mobs in this game for this Aetherium Wars. So maybe like a 0.5% chance of fighting an elite boss inside of the open world or something. You'll get a shiny version of them, and that shiny version will be much more stronger with much more HP threshold and hits harder. But if you beat it, you get a shiny version of them. It's just stuff like that of course, Pokemon fans that happen to also play Honkai Star Rail will very much enjoy, especially me. I would love to have a shiny version of all these elites. But another idea I have in mind, and this is asking for a little bit, I think they could do a friendly PvP mode in this Pokemon Wars. I think you'd have a lot of fun playing against your friends using, your own little team comps concocted with one another and having a friendly duel. I think it'd be pretty cool. Maybe that's asking too much. Me personally, yeah, I mean, that's just my opinion, but let me know what you guys think. Those of you I love you, Tech Talk. But yeah, I think the obvious path of progression in terms of building off of the Aetherium Wars is dropping the newer enemies that come out with the progression of the game, throwing them in there as well, and then probably adding in more of the like devices, which is like your equipment, that do like different things, and then you just get a little bit more creative. That's like the most basic way of progression, but I'm always thinking outside the box, like how they can build off of that in addition to that. Hell, I wouldn't mind them Gigantamax in the elites, you know what I mean? Like get another ultimate bar, and they already have the coding. Hear me out, let me cook. Swarm Disaster and Simulated Universe, you have that little special ability on your paths. When you get 3, 6, 9 path buff bonuses, they can have a special ability like that for the Aetherium Wars, except it's like Gigantamax, bro, making the elite get super swole and big, and he does extra damage. I don't know, maybe I'm out here reaching, chat, but I love what they're doing in Honkai Star Rail. It's actually crazy to see that we've been getting so many permanent in-game modes that we could get on the game and play, right? You want to play MOC, it's there for you to play. If you want to experiment with team comps, that's there too. Simulated Universe, that's there. Even though it's starting to get dull, guess what? They're upgrading it now, which is coming in the next patch. Then they dropped the Swarm Disaster, which is a like enhanced ultra hard mode of Simulated Universe. Now we got Pokemon inside of Honkai Star Rail, another permanent in-game mode. Dude, what the hell? I'm actually a little bit disbelief that we're getting all of these modes and they're staying, and then they're like updating them. I mean, like, call me crazy, guys. You know, coming from Genshin Impact, it wasn't happening. All right, let's just call it. Let's keep it a buck. That shit wasn't happening in Genshin Impact, but it's happening in here. And god damn it, boy, I'm proud to be playing some Honkai Star Rail because of it. Now, getting, you know, leveling back down, coming back to Earth. Do we need more in-game content? If I'm being honest, I think we're okay with the modes we have. I would actually just like to have them improve upon these modes and take a break from dropping more content. Now, don't get me wrong, the more the merrier. I'm all for more in-game modes. Throw them all at me, I'll play them all eventually. I'd rather have more than none at all, you know? But I think they could just build off of the 4 pieces of in-game content we already have. Aetherium Wars, MOC. Let's get an updated MOC, man. Drop another floor in that bad boy. I would love that. I'd be thrilled to play it. But yeah, let's just build off of the modes we already have. It's easier to know the dynamic of Swarm Disaster. I think what they're doing is they're going off of the paths that haven't been released yet in game, and they're probably going to use those paths as a dynamic to the Swarm Disaster, right? So Propagation Path, which I got it pulled up right here, is the first path they dropped. The next path can be any of these paths I'm about to list off: Veracity, Beauty, Permanence, I hate that word, Enigmata, and Equilibrium and Finality. And then the order, yeah, so those are all paths that are not even playable paths in the game that they could actually use as a different dynamic for, you know, in conjunction to Swarm Disaster, because that's just a one-time completion, right? Then they drop, I don't know, Path of Equilibrium Disaster. That's another one-time completion. So we see the dynamic for that. Let's build off of the MOC. You know, we're all getting adapted to it for the most part, except the beginners, but we know we're helping them out. I don't know. These are just all my thoughts. Overall, I'm so happy with the end game. They've already delivered way more than I thought they would, especially coming from Genshin Impact. Holy shit. You guys let me know your thoughts down below. I'd be thrilled to hear yours. As always, I hope I brought some entertainment, insight, and just some good discussion. Thanks for watching. Peace, love, and happiness. I'm out.